Are you ready to glow? Better yet, are you ready to glow up? Tune into the Glow Up with Shania Ellis show every Saturday on YouTube at 7 p.m. and streaming live on iWorship 96 Radio every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Get ready to be inspired through powerful stories, business tips, fashion, beauty, and more. I shine, you shine. It's time to glow up.
Hello. Welcome to season 3, episode 2 of the Glow Up. I am your host, Shania Ellis. You know, we aim to provide you with powerful stories, inspiration, and we do all things fashion, beauty, and women. So we are here to provide you with strategy and just to tell you about some of the amazing things that my guests have going on for this season. You do not want to miss it. If you missed episode 1, you can catch us on YouTube. We're also on iWorship, and I'll just give you all the information. You'll have it before we end today. But I am so excited for my guest, Anika Cohen. Thank you for being a part today. So tell us, and I know that I put Anika Stewart down at the bottom, and I'm sorry. I just see that in the banner, but I got you. We will get that right. But tell us, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a guest. So I thank you so much for being a part.
It's an honor to be here, Shania. Thank you for having me. And listen, I am Anika Stewart. I'm Anika Cohen. It's the same person. So I'm here.
Awesome. I always want to respect people's names. So awesome. I'm glad you're good with that. And Absolutely. Like I said, you are looking fabulous, honey, by any name with this hat and this hair. I love it. Yes. And you are glowing.
Thank you. The glow up is real.
I know that's right. Yes, it is.
The glow up is real. Thank you for that.
I love to see that. We're going to get all into this.
Yes.
So listen, tell us, for those of the people that are viewing, the audience that may not know who you are or what it is that you do, tell us, because I know that you have a powerful story. So we're going to start with that. Just tell us about yourself in the moment you made the choice to pursue your dreams.
Shania, I am a 2-time best-selling author. I am the radio host of Choose to Live radio show. I'm an international speaker, and I can go on and on about the things that I have accomplished in life. But here's what I want you to know about me. November 2007, 2 masked gunmen entered my home with my 3 and my 4-year-old son in the next room. And as you can imagine, that was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life, to have 2 masked gunmen enter your home in the middle of the night while your children are sleeping due to my lifestyle. See, I was living a lifestyle of drug addiction. I was using and selling drugs. And it was in that moment of November 2007, as I laid there, bound, mouth gagged, I asked God. In that moment, I said, God, can you just give me another chance? And if you give me another chance, I'll do something different. I don't know what it looks like or what it feels like to do anything different, but I am desperate. I am willing to give it a try. And so I laid there bound and gagged, and all I can do is say, I choose to live. I began to chant it. I just began to say it over and over again. I choose to live. I choose to live. And those 2 masked gunmen left me alive. And it's because of that I decided to say, I'm going to do something different. I decided to keep my word with the Lord, because I didn't know any other lifestyle outside of what I had become comfortable with. But I chose to do something different. And I began to seek God for myself, get an understanding of who Anika really was. And I began to identify my purpose. And as I began to identify my purpose, this lovely lady, Shania, entered my life. I remember her sharing her book, and I began to follow her and just connect with her and go to her conferences. And I reached out to you, and you were not neglectful with giving me the information to share my story. And I just wanted to say openly, thank you, because I know a lot of professional women who chant women empowerment, but we become selfish and don't want to give our sisters information for them to propel forward, for them to choose to live. So I just want to thank you for sharing with me how to start my journey of becoming and sharing my story and my message with the world.
Now, you're not going to make me cry. Don't you do it at the beginning of this broadcast. Because listen, I remember you reaching out to me saying that you wanted to write a book, and did I know anybody, and that all of those things. But it totally slipped my mind that you did attend conferences. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
But and let me tell you this though. I did not know you had been through all that you went through until after I read your book. So, and I'm not going to give things away because y'all just need to go and get it because the book is amazing. One of them, the first book, because she's written many books after that. But I said you can know someone and not know the depth of their story. And oftentimes people hear, because that your story kind of parallels mine, not the mask, not somebody trying to rob me and all of that stuff, although that was a fear, but that was a part of my life. Hustling was a part of my life, just trying to make money for my family, following after a man and trying to get it. And that was
I
just
know
a
that
part of
life.
it. That was a part of it. And many times people that know you from back then are like, how can this thing even be? Because I knew her when. So, what do you say to those people? And this wasn't even in my questions, but what do you say to those people who may be still in that type of lifestyle? And looking at Anika right now, I could never think you were someone who used drugs. What? Sold drugs. So, how can they get from point of being there of this is how I'm going to make money and this is who I am and this is what I do to suppress things. I'm going to use drugs to there's life on the other side of this. There is more for me. There's a plan for me. How can they get from A to B?
One of the things that I had to do was I literally remember when I left my own place after being independent from the age of 14. I was an independent. So I had to literally acknowledge my pain and give it a name. I remember looking in that mirror with the tears streaming down my face, and I had to acknowledge my pain. I acknowledged the woman who was broken. I acknowledged the addict. I acknowledged the neglectful mother, right? Because that was a hard pill for me to swallow. I neglected my children at times. I was not the best mother, and I had to literally, again, sit in the front of that mirror and acknowledge my pain. And the minute that you can acknowledge your pain, you take back your power, you take back your authority, and you no longer allow the words and the opinions and the judgments of other people to keep you bound. So once I begin to acknowledge my pain and being honest with myself, it gave me the confidence to keep going because I'm now no longer allowing people to dictate and control what Anika does with her life. You're not going to keep me bound to my past. You're not going to keep me bound to my mistakes. I choose to live.
Yes. I love it. I love it. That's amazing. And the thing about it is, some people have a message and some people have a brand, but your message is actually what saved your life.
Exactly. Exactly, Shania.
Every
Thank you.
time I hear it, I get the same feel. I mean, it's just powerful. And I just love how you not only said, I want something different or I choose to live, because sometimes we can choose to live, but still do the same type of thing. So we're living, but we're not really launching out and doing something different and pursuing our dreams. But you have magnified that thing. And just to watch your walk in some of the things in the doors that you have walked through, I am just in awe. And I'm just a proud
Thank you.
sister. I'm
Thank
a proud
you.
sister. But yeah, we're gonna get on with it. So listen, you're a woman of many hats. What have some of the challenges of juggling it all? What are some of the challenges of trying to juggle so many things? And for those of you, those people that may be watching who have to also juggle a lot of hats, how are you able to overcome that? And what is some advice for them?
Prioritize. I just learned
Mm,
to prioritize what's important. So if I have, for example, I host many events, whether they're live or virtual.
mhm,
And so that preparation in itself is tedious. So what I've learned to do, because I'm a mother of 4 children, I have a daughter
mm,
who's in college, I have 3 teenage boys, and so yes, the list can go on. So what I learned to do is just prioritizing my tasks for that
mhm,
day, and
mm,
understanding that I give myself deadlines and I give myself a time frame to get this done, whatever the task is, because we
mhm.
don't have a lot of time, right? We don't have a lot of time.
No.
And so I just learned to prioritize and make my tasks, they got to get done. I can't look at
Mhm,
the paper. I can't look at the tablet or whatever it is that you use to
mhm,
keep yourself structured. I like a list. So I write everything out every morning,
mhm.
what has to get done today. And then I just begin to check it off. Simple steps that create major impact, which is
Mm.
organization. You know, sometimes we just so chaotic because we're not organized. So just learn to get still, get quiet, and prioritize your tasks according to the day and set a deadline.
Awesome. I love that. I'm a time blocker too. Like I have to schedule everything
Yes.
or things would fall through the cracks. It's just so much. Just take one thing. Say you might have your anthology, but people don't understand that underneath of that you have to reach out to the people. You have to make sure like it's more than just what you see. And some people get so excited about the flyer or what they see on social media, but you got to work that thing after all of that. So I totally get it.
You just
So
preached the word, Shani. I just had to
yeah,
say that. Because
yes.
people do get caught up in the flyers and the banners, and there is so much preparation and
Mhm.
planning that goes into building your online brand.
Yes, so true. So I also hear a lot of entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, they feel like they are not being supported. They feel like they don't have a lot of resources. What are some of the things that you would suggest to them or advice that you would give them for those who feel like they have a lack of support and want to give up due to that?
The first thing I'm going to say is, who are you looking to validate your vision? Because
Come
most
on.
times, most times as an aspiring entrepreneur, we're looking to our friends, we're looking to the family. But I'm here to tell you, aspiring entrepreneur, you need to connect intentionally with the people that are doing exactly what it is that you desire to do. Connect with them. And social media is one of the greatest platforms to do that, on Facebook, because
Mhm,
there are so many groups that are specific or tailored to a certain type of expertise. So there's really no excuse. You're looking in the wrong directions. You're looking for the support in the wrong directions. There are people outside of your zip code that will support you and will pay you for your services, but you are too caught up in your circle of familiarity. Get out of familiarity and come to propel, which means connect with someone that don't look like you, that don't know your name. And I guarantee you, you'll see a difference.
You have preached an entire, listen, because you cannot, first of all, we can go on and on about this. Because I feel like sometimes, and even it's not just like friends and family. Sometimes you look to just people that you know in general. You look to church, you look to, and those are not the areas that you need to be tapping into. I just see that as overflow. Like if they
Mhm.
decide to support, or if they decide to invest in something, that's overflow. But I need to zone in to who needs what I'm serving. And oftentimes you have to step out of who you know. And my personal testimony is it has come from strange, like even when I started out, it was strangers. I would have stuff and I had never seen people before in my life. And I would be like, how do they even know me? But I would embrace them as if I'd known them for years.
Mhm.
So I totally get you have to step outside. You have preached. Y'all better play that back
Yes.
and take the notes on it. If she don't say nothing else, that's enough right there.
Yes.
All right. So you have this amazing anthology, Influencers on the Rise, and you have some powerful people with powerful stories. Where did the vision for this come from? The inspiration for that anthology?
Influencers on the rise. That means so much to me because when God gave me that title, this will be my third edition anthology.
Mm-hmm.
So with each title, it's representing something that I've experienced. And so
Mm,
with this, Influencers on the Rise, when God gave me that title, number one is prophetic. You
mhm,
are proclaiming that you're coming up, you're coming out, whatever that is. And
mhm.
so for me, Influencers on the Rise means I'm no longer going to stay stagnant or complacent. I'm going to choose to be intentional with serving my community. I'm going to be choosing to be intentional with coming out of this pain, whatever it is. I'm choosing to do that. And I'm no longer going
Yes.
to stay bound to keep other people happy. I'm going to choose to rise. I'm going to choose to show up. I'm going to choose to do what God's called you to do. So this vision came because I love to give people an opportunity
Mhm.
to showcase their voice. I believe that your voice is your power.
Yes.
And if you ignite your voice, that is the first thing that will get you going in the right place because your mind connects to your words. You want your mind to connect with your words. Our minds connected to too many other people's words that's been spoken over our life. I need you to proclaim and confess and decree and declare so your mind can connect with your words and know that it's true what you're speaking about yourself. So influencers on the rise. Let's get it.
Yes, I love it. I love it. You cannot go by what people have told you. You have to speak it and design it for yourself. And that's speaking it out of your own mouth. I love that. I love that. So how did you go about picking the authors that are in your anthology? I know that they have some powerful stories. Can you kind of just tell us, without going into detail, some of the things that the reader can expect from the book?
So actually, we are actually still taking um we still have open registration
Oh,
for
gotcha.
this anthology. So
Okay.
as of right now, we do have co-authors on board. We
Mhm.
do have our featured authors on board. I'd like to shout out to Mika Hall. She is doing our foreword.
Yes.
We also have some amazing women that are really showcasing their story. And it's not just their story. Our anthology is different because we share our message and we give you resources information that you can begin to immediately implement after reading this book. So you're not just reading a great story of inspiration, but you're getting the message and you're getting the information that you can use to propel forward so that you can be the influencer on the rise. So this is women. We're talking about domestic violence. We're talking about women in business. Some of these women are showing you how to create six-figure businesses. So this book
Wow.
is very diverse,
Yeah.
but it is very impactful. So I can't wait to see all of the authors that we have come on board,
Yes.
because right now we only have 10, but we're looking for 20 total. So
Gotcha.
it's still a great opportunity.
Awesome. So y'all hear that 10 more people that she is looking for. What is the criteria that you're looking for people to be a part, for co-authors to be a part?
Well, number one, we want men and women. We just don't want women or men. We want to unite together. And I just believe
Awesome.
that unity is very essential right now in the world that we live in. But that is the only criteria, is that you be a man or a woman that has a story and a message, and you're ready to commit. You're ready to show up. You're ready to do the work. Because a lot of times I get sad because people join these anthologies, right? And they don't do anything with the book. You can start a webinar, a masterclass, or a book tour. There's so many things that you can do, but they do nothing with the book. And that's, what did you sign up for?
It's
So you can get
true.
applauses online? No, we got to think bigger than that.
Yes, I agree. It's your book should be a launching pad if you're just starting out. And you're right. So many people, they just end it there. But you have to think, this is your calling card. That should be the to launch you out. So anyone who is seeing this and you want to be a part, don't feel like you're not qualified because you've never done it before. The great thing about an anthology is you don't have to worry about writing all the chapters. So you can pull out the most important part that you want to showcase, or that thing that you want to share of your story that has impacted your life. And whatever the criteria she lays out, Anika lays out for you, follow that. Because I'm telling you, I know you as a visionary. I know that you're going to push whatever you are a part of, and it's going to be a success. So if you want to be a part, don't delay. Make sure that you get with her to sign up. So, Anika, I want to ask you, there are a lot. First of all, is there anything else that we need to know regarding the anthology? When is the deadline and all of that good stuff?
Thank you for the opportunity to share. So we will be beginning the anthology Influencers on the Rise February the 15th. So registration closes on February the 14th. So again, if you want to be a part of this, I have a special code for the listeners of this broadcast. You can use the code Tell My Story, all lowercase, Tell My Story, all lowercase, and go to dominationacademy.info/edition 3 anthology. Again, that website is dominationacademy.info/edition 3 anthology. And the code is Tell My Story.
Gotcha. So I got the code. Y'all can follow. Anika will give you her information so that you can follow her to get the website. But Anika, one of the things that, let me just add that, show that, they're coming out, tell my story. Okay.
Yes.
So one of the things, Anika, that I love about your brand is that you make sure that you have a consistent message, and you are one of those people like myself. It doesn't matter who's like sharing, whatever, you're gonna put your stuff out there. And I believe we were both a part. Well, I know you definitely were a part of Cheryl Wood's group and coaching. And one of the things that she says is keep barking. Be that
Yep.
chihuahua. It does not matter. Keep barking. So, my last question as it pertains to business is, how do you, and I've even reached out to you about content creation, but how do you stay on top of your message as far as the creation of it and all of that stuff? What does that look like for you? Do you set days and times that you come up with what you're doing? And how do you actually keep going when you feel as though, are they really hearing my message? What would you say to those that are just starting out?
Yes. So yes. To answer your first question, what I do to just prepare myself is, honestly, I keep a notebook in my purse. I
Me
keep my
too.
notebook in my purse. Here's why I do that, because as a creative, as a leader, you're always brainstorming ways to serve your community. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
something can just
Pop
literally, you
up.
can drive by something, they'll be like, oh, that sparked something. So I always keep
Yep.
my notebook, because that helps me to write down my different ideas and
Mm-hmm.
my creativity. And another thing that I do as well is I plan out my month based on
Mm-hmm.
my problems that my clients are facing. I base it on that. So whatever the problems are, I can always name 1,000 of them. I'll
Mm-hmm.
choose whatever content is going to create a solution to help them get unstuck. So I do that for 30 days out. So every month I know exactly what I'm doing and what I'm going to post, what I'm going to say, and I just do it. And I don't allow myself to get consumed with likes, followers, because here's the thing, people are watching you. People are watching you. And I
Mm-hmm.
have clients today that have been watching me since the beginning of my journey, but I'm just now doing business with them. The one thing that people say about me that I often hear a lot is, you're consistent. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
want to do business with you. You've been consistent. I have not seen you drop the ball. And I was
Right.
like, wow, people are watching. So
Yes.
when you start, keep going. Don't stop. Don't look for perfection. Don't get caught up in the prettiness of it. Your
Mm-hmm.
content, your message is the key. And so you want to, again, don't allow yourself to get caught up in the likes and the followers. Share your message, share your story, and be consistent in doing that. And the audience will come.
So true. That is so true. I love how you said you base your content on the problem and you give the solution. That is a great way to, that's a great strategy for content creation. I know that for myself, even if, and it's so true what you said about likes, you can put a post out and it get about 5 likes, but that does not matter to me. What matters to me is that person or people that come into my inbox or DM me and say, I seen what you are doing. I want to work with you. You don't gotta like, but am I impacting enough for people to reach out and want to work with me? So, or not even, am I being an impact to the point where someone says, you know what, I wasn't going to do this, but now what, seeing you and following you makes me want to now launch out and do this. So that is the impact. People worry about the likes. It ain't about the likes, baby. It's about the impact. Some
Yes,
likes is not filling up your bank account. It's about the impact. It really
exactly.
is.
Exactly.
So, Anika, one of the things that I ask my guests is about, what is that thing, those key ingredients, and you can give three, of what someone needs to do to continue to shine in your expertise.
You have to, number one, acknowledge who you are, where you are, and what's to come. You got to accept who you are, where you are. You have to own who you are, where you are, and what's to come. Period. Acknowledge, accept, and own. Everything begins and ends with you. Your
Mm.
happiness, your confidence, loving yourself, your peace of mind, everything. It ends and it begins with you. So the sooner that you can acknowledge and accept who you are, the better you'll be able to serve your community.
Yes, love that. Nuggets. Y'all better catch. I'm telling you, when you watch it first, then go back and watch it again and take some notes. All right. So, Anika, this is the fun part. This is where people get to know who you are as a lady, as um, a mom, or whatever, just the Anika outside of business. So I play this game and you can answer these questions as transparently as possible. It's
Okay.
all right. So what CD is currently playing in your car, or what's the last song on your playlist?
Oh, Risky by
Risky.
DeVito.
Okay.
He is Nigerian. I love Caribbean music. Okay.
Now I'm gonna have to look that up. What's it called? Risky?
Risky, DeVito.
Risky DeVito. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, my celebrity crush. Oh my. I do crush on T.I. I'm sorry.
Do
I'm still crushing on
you?
him.
Do
Yes.
you really, Anika?
Yes. That man is so fine.
Now I'm going. Let me tell you this. And now I ain't
Ooh,
gonna talk to that. Mine for a long time. I cannot think of his name, but he was on Queen Sugar. You know who I'm talking about?
the dark skinned guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's sexy too.
That was my, I can't say too much, but
Right.
mine was for a long time. So I got you. I got you.
Yes.
Who was your favorite music group in the high school?
Oh man. Escape,
Oh,
TLC.
yes.
Oh man, just the good music.
Yes. Oh, we had some good music.
Yes.
We had some good music. So if you could travel to any place, where would it be that you haven't been?
I want to go to Dubai.
Me too.
Yes.
That's my dream vacation.
Yes.
Me
I want to get
too.
there.
Yeah. Hopefully COVID will allow us to visit. Who inspires you the most and why?
Who inspires me the most? Um, I'm going to be honest. You said I could be honest, right? Who
Yeah.
inspires me the most? I do. I inspire me.
Awesome.
It took me a
Wow.
long time to get to that place. Not that other people don't inspire me.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course they
yeah.
do. But I'm learning to brag on Nika more, if that makes sense. Because sometimes we don't want to brag on ourselves because, oh, we cocky, we conceited, we're this, we're that. But I'm learning to take my pain and turn that into purpose. And with that, I'm a bad mama jamma. I have to say that from time to time.
Yes.
It doesn't take away my humility. I'm still humble, but yeah, I'm a bad mama jamma.
I love that. And you said, now you preaching, because one of the things that you learn, especially in a if you grew up with a spiritual background, one of the things that you learn is that you have to be humble, which we do. We do
Mhm.
need to be humble, but not humble to the point where you feel weird about even saying something good about yourself, because it's taken as, oh, they haughty, they're high minded, they got an ego. But we should not be in a place where we are afraid to even say, I'm bad. Listen, I'm bad to the bone. I'm a boss, right? Because
Exactly.
if not you, who? And what happens when you get to a place where you got you looking for somebody to tell you, and ain't nobody thinking about you? You gotta get to a place where it's like, I know that if don't nobody else tell me, I got it going on. Lord, you brought me from a mighty long way. For
Yeah.
me, humility is knowing that I could do nothing without God. Like I could not accomplish anything without him. That's humility to me.
Mhm.
But I totally am here with you when you say I gotta inspire myself at the end of the day.
Yes, for
I gotta
real.
inspire me. So, what is one of your pet peeves?
One of my pet peeves.
Hmm.
Oh, there's so many of them. But let's see. What's one of my pet peeves? Um, okay. When you come into my house, you gotta take your shoes off. If you don't, I don't like people just walking around with their shoes on my rug. I think you should just take your shoes off.
Got
Um,
you.
that's just who I am. Get
Got you.
comfortable.
Right. Don't be tracking no mud on my carpet. Okay. If you could eat any food every day, what would it be? That thing you love.
Hmm. Macaroni and cheese.
Really?
Hmm. I
Baked
can eat that
macaroni and cheese?
baked. Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
I'm a starch person.
Me
Or
too.
I was gonna say mashed potatoes too.
And I don't need to be no starch person because that starch hit me different. But I
Yes.
love it. I
But I love it.
absolutely love it. Bread, pasta, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
So, what was the biggest lesson your last relationship taught you?
Mm. Shania, that hit different.
That
My
hit
God,
different.
that hit different. um, well, my last relationship was my marriage. And it taught me so much about myself. It taught me that I wasn't healed. Although I
Mm,
thought I was, I really wasn't. And it taught me to nurture my healing. It's one thing to be healed, but you have to nurture it to keep your
mm.
healing,
Yes,
just like if you get surgery. So, that's what it taught me.
I love that. I love that. Wow. Well, listen, I'm claiming for you not gonna be single long. That's what I'm claiming, cause I don't mean single. I'm talking about last name change.
Okay, I
That's what I'm
received
talking
that.
about. That's what I'm
Yes.
claiming for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So look, we go. That's a whole nother show. We're not even gonna get into that because we don't want the people all in your business. But I know you're glowing, okay? And I know it ain't Jesus alone.
Oh, Shania, I love you. I love you. You have made my
I
night.
love you too. So, how can people contact you? How can people get in touch with you? And is there anything else that you have coming up that you haven't told us about? We know you have the anthology with influencers on the rise, but what else that do you have coming up that people can look to you to be doing?
um, so yes, we do have the anthology coming up. That's going to begin February the 15th. However, we are getting ready to launch our live event for aspiring or new up and coming entrepreneurs in the marketplace. And our live
Mm.
event is called PLE. It stands for Propel, Launch, Execute. So PLE Live is coming. It'll be here May the 7th and the 8th. And so although, we still have the pandemic, we will definitely be putting in COVID-19 restrictions and policies. And
Yeah.
it will be limited amount of people that can attend this live event. But again, look forward to that. We'll be launching that at the end of this month. So look out for
Awesome.
that.
I
And
love it.
yes, and you can reach me at ladyanikastewart.com. That is my web address. Again, ladyanikastewart.com. You can connect with me there or on social media. On Facebook, it's Anika Cohen. On Instagram, it's Anika_Cohen1.
Gotcha. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for being a guest. This was fun. We definitely got to get together once this stuff. I don't know when this stuff's going to be lifted. We just got to get together soon.
Yes, this
We
was
gotta get together.
fun. I had a great time,
Yeah.
Shania. The conversation and everything. It's always
Yes.
good to talk to you. And thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Sure, anytime. You welcome back anytime. So listen, thank you all for tuning in to season 3, episode 2 of the Glow Up with my amazing guest, visionary Anika Cohen. Look out for all of the amazing things that she has coming up. We will catch you again for episode 3. Thank you so much for all of you who follow us and that tune into the Glow Up. And as I like to say, I shine, we shine. It's time to glow up. Until next time.